It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
All right, we've got a question from Edna. She said, I have fun and really enjoy trading individual stocks. All right.
Okay.
But she keeps it to a smaller portion of her portfolio, around 10% in a mix of individual stocks. She said, I hear you say 5% should be left for that kind of thing. So she said, do I have too much? What do you think?
Okay, so here's what I did not hear Edna. I don't know how old Edna is. I don't know how wealthy Edna is. And it sounds like she's trading stocks. She's not talking about like her company stock, right?
Yes.
Like she's talking about she's taking 10% of her portfolio and kind of trading stocks. Here's a question, Reby, and you might not know the answer to this because it's sort of pithy, but I'm going to ask you. What's the most dangerous thing for an individual stock trader?
To actually make money.
To make money the first time. It's the most dangerous thing, right? Because once you do that, you're like, oh, I got this figured out.
Right.
I bought Tesla when it was here, and now it's worth here. I was trading NVIDIA, and it was incredible. A lot of times when we start doing that sort of behavior in a bull market, it gives us this false sense of confidence that we have something figured out that perhaps we don't really have figured out. Now, I don't know where Edna is or what she has going on. Our rule of thumb is we don't like to see individual positions, or I would even say individual strategies, because if she's trading individual stocks, 5 to 10% is kind of our comfort zone. But I'm okay if you go up to 10%. But here's the challenge that I would give you, Edna. Let's say that again, I don't do public math, so I'm going to use round numbers. This is only because I can do it in my head. This is not prescriptive for how much money you got to have. But if you have $1 million and you're doing the 10% with $100,000, right? I would challenge you, save aggressively to the rest of your portfolio so that you're throwing so many army of dollar bills to grow the other side of your portfolio that it naturally brings your percentage down. Because what I don't want to tell you is if you enjoy it and you derive utility from it and you're not doing anything crazy, I don't want to say don't do that, right? Like especially 10%, it's right on the edge, but it's close to our realm that we're okay with. I don't want to say, oh no, immediately go sell that, go down to 5%, let that money do something else. Because at the end of the day, your goals are, what brings me happiness? Where do I find fulfillment? What do I enjoy? Some people love this. You'd be amazed that we have a lot of clients who have very large 6-figure portfolios, and they say, hey guys, I love everything we've done. I have 7-figure portfolios, and they'll say, I love everything we've done. I love this investment policy statement you guys have laid out for me. I love this plan that you've put together for me. It's amazing, but I'm really struggling with this one thing. I kind of like to buy and sell. I kind of like having this. And we're like, okay, let's open you up an account. You can have trading privileges and you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to make sure that you can keep your arms around it and not let it like overcome you. Because, and me and Brian have both experienced this has happened in our past, whether it was with options trading or with stock trading. It was amazing how our moods would deviate based on what a very small portion of our portfolio is. So even though we might have a holding that is 3% of our total investable net worth, if that stock was down, we're ticked off. Mm-hmm. Even though all the rest of the portfolio is making money, we're like, oh man, make sure you don't allow yourself psychologically, don't allow yourself to be affected too psychologically by what's going on with that 10%. So long as you have a decent bead on that, and that 10% will not make or derail your long-term financial plan, I think it's okay. I go sort of both ways on this. You should think about what type of strategy you're running and what type of account you're doing it in. Because if you're like buying and selling a gazillion stocks at the course of the year and you're recognizing gains and you're having wash sales and you're day trading, your tax return is going to be nasty. Maybe you want to do that in sort of like some sort of like tax incentive account, like an IRA rollover or something. Or if you have a stock that you like, but I could go to the moon or it could go to zero, maybe do that in a taxable account in case it goes to zero so that you can capitalize on the loss. So kind of think about your strategy and allow that to inform where you're holding those specific holdings.
Yeah, that was great advice.